Immigration is a tale of all times for human curiosity and the hope for a better life. And that's why the Red Star Line Museum is so important, as it tells a part of that tale which went on to shape the modern world of the Western Hemisphere. The museum, which lies in the heart of Antwerp, demonstrates what it was like for immigrants, many of whom were Jewish, to abandon their European roots and set sail for America through the Red Star Line. But getting on board wasn't plain sailing.
In the first place, it was quite expensive to go to the United States. Ticket was very expensive for all the children and the whole family. So often the husband would go first, then work in America, and then send home tickets after some years or something. And then the wife and the children could come as well.
And money wasn't the only issue. American immigration standards only permitted literate and healthy arrivals. Any signs of a weak heart, infection or disease like trachoma were heavily scrutinized, often leaving families separated on the docks. I was given an indication of how vigorous the selection process was.
People would enter here, they would put their luggage here to be disinfected. After they went back out, the women entered here in this part and the men here. And they were on the shower for about 1 hour, and they had to clean their hair with vinegar and petrol. It was against the lice. So they were in here for 1 hour. After 1 hour, their clothes were being disinfected. And then they went up the stairs to the second floor to be medically controlled. And whoever was sick or disabled or whatever had to stay behind in Antwerp and could not enter the United States.
This is a process that migrating Jews would also have experienced on their voyage to America. In fact, between the 1870s and 1920s, it's estimated that 25% of the Red Star Line passengers were Jewish. The shipping line also served as an escape for Jews in the run-up to the Second World War, some of whom went on to impact world history.
If you take Albert Einstein, who traveled with Red Star Line and learned once he was on the boat that all his possession was confiscated, and he wrote his resignation from the academy on Red Star Line stationery, is an enormous impact on history. Red Star Line was a symbol of hope, symbol of escape for a lot of Jewish people who escaped the poverty, anti-Semitism from the places where they lived in East Europe.
But modern times brought modern political issues. And it was the US restrictions on immigration that effectively ended the Red Star Line's mark on history.
Well, in 1921 and 1924, the United States, they established some quota laws in which they lowered the amount of immigrants per nationality who could enter the United States per year. So for the Red Star Line, this was a big problem. And in 1934, the Red Star Line they stopped transporting.
The Red Star Line may have ended some 80 years ago, but it does represent a portion of human history. But that's the one thing the museum wants to point out here, that immigration will always continue regardless of the time around it. So the next time you decide to complain about your visa application, just be happy you didn't have to pass a literacy or a medical test to get to your desired destination. This is Bjarke Smith-Meyer for JN1 at the Red Star Line Museum in Antwerp.